Good afternoon, and thank you for joining us. It's time now to talk real estate with Laura Bramnick from talkrealestateaz.com. That's the website, talkrealestateaz.com. And Laura is an attorney and also a real estate agent. And above and beyond that, she's a consumer advocate. She can help you put together a residential or commercial real estate transaction. She is licensed through the State Bar of Arizona, specializing in real estate, holds a real estate license. She has been an instructor for the Arizona Department of Real Estate. And for more information, you can call her if you have questions. 480-624-2705. You answer your own phone.
I do.
Hi, Laura.
Hi, Sinclair.
Good to see you again.
It's good to be here.
I understand there's an extension of the Debt Relief Act.
Yes, it hasn't been that well publicized, which kind of surprises me, but it was kind of tucked into other legislation in December.
Yeah, I know that when they passed the budget in late December,
yes,
a lot of folks missed it because of the holidays, but they extended some tax relief in there.
Yes, they did. Yes, they did. For small businesses, there's some tax relief in terms of what can be depreciated and what can be deducted right away.
Mm-hmm.
So if you have a small business, you definitely want to look into that because it can be very beneficial if you bought something like a computer or something that normally would have been depreciated over time. You can take the deduction sooner. And so also the Debt Relief Act, you know, people, because it kept getting extended till recently, people started to rely on it being there if they had to do a short sale or a foreclosure.
But they were just doing these temporary extensions.
Yes, they were.
Have they made it permanent or?
No.
No.
It has been extended for the tax years 2015 and 2016.
Okay.
So if you've done a short sale or had a foreclosure on a primary residence in 2015, or you plan to do so in 2016, and the reason 2016 is important is that most of the government programs, like the HAFA, the short sale program,
Right.
most of those expire at the end of 2016. So if you're still underwater and you're thinking that you may need to do a short sale or let your house go to foreclosure, but primarily short sale, 2016 is the year to do it. Because unless and until we know if those programs get extended, you're going to have the potential benefit of the extension of the Tax Relief Act in 2016, and you can still take advantage of the government short sale programs where lenders are much more likely to release the deficiency. In other words, to forgive the amount that you're underwater.
Very important.
Yeah.
Now, the Debt Relief Act, basically this deals with tax that may be due on the difference between the short sale or the foreclosure price and what you had on it.
Yeah, the amount that you're underwater. In other words, if you broke even, if you could sell your house for what you owed, there would be no debt forgiveness necessary. But since in a short sale you have to sell it for less than what you owe, the government, the IRS in particular, taxes that amount as what we refer to as phantom income.
That just kind of seems like a double whammy for people facing foreclosure or a short sale.
Yes. Now, the reason that we have the Debt Relief Act, or that it was passed originally in 2007, was that people who had a primary residence had no ability to deduct losses.
Okay.
So they bore the large amount of the taxes on this debt. People with investment properties didn't have the same issue because losses can be deducted on investment properties, and so that can reduce your taxes. But when you have a primary residence and you have forgiven debt, it wasn't unusual for people to be $100,000 or more underwater.
Mm-hmm.
So to have that amount of income, not only do you have to pay the taxes on that income, but it increases your tax bracket. And so it's like a triple whammy.
Yeah, triple.
So if you had a primary residence and you did a short sale in 2015 or you do one in 2016 and your lender forgives the deficiency, which is likely, you're going to get a 1099-C the amount that you originally mortgaged, which is what they call acquisition debt, even if you refinanced it, you have to trace the amount you originally mortgaged plus any improvements you made to the property. If you put in a pool, if you put in landscaping, if you redid your kitchen or your bathroom, very common types of improvements. All that can will be considered non-taxable. So, for instance, if you put in a pool and bought a car with a home equity credit line that you took out after you bought your house, you will have some taxes to pay, but the pool will not be taxable, that the amount of debt that you put into the pool. So you have to have your accountant do it's very specific calculation, and don't do it yourself.
Okay.
Because you don't want to make an error and pay taxes you don't owe.
We still have a lot of properties in the greater Phoenix area that are underwater.
Yeah, I still get calls, I probably get 1 or 2 a week on people that have tried to wait it out, and they are still not able to sell and break even, and they don't have enough money to pay the difference.
Right.
And so it is a problem. The other thing that I'm seeing is there are people who are underwater but like their house and feel what they're paying is reasonable. So in other words, they have no need to move anytime soon. But those people that are calling me are people like that whose loans are resetting.
Yeah.
And these resetting loans, meaning that you're paying interest only now, but that interest only period is over, and you now have to start paying principal and interest. It's not unusual for those payments to go up by 50 to 100%.
And the real trick is not to get caught by something like that happening, by
Right.
a loan reset.
Right.
And if you do have to go through short sale or foreclosure, make sure that you're entering that process with eyes wide open and understand all your options.
Yes, it's really important to do that, because if for some reason you have a large tax bill, you want to consider bankruptcy before you do the short sale. If bankruptcy is one way for you to discharge taxes, and then they're not forgiven. There's no taxes on the amount. I'm not recommending people file bankruptcy, but again, they want to look at all the issues and options and figure out what's going to work best for them.
That's it. Understand your options, and you can help folks with that process.
Yes.
480-624-2705. That's the number for Laura. 480-624-2705 for Laura Bramnick. The website, talkrealestateaz.com. talkrealestateaz.com, or call 480-624-2705. Important information. Thank you, Laura.
You're welcome, Sinclair.